Okay, people, it's Thursday, which means it's a sale day. I don't really know what's going to happen today, but I know we're either going to haul to the sale. It's been kind of a wet, cold, kind of dreary week in the 30s and 40s. Been feeding cattle, doing some fix-it projects around the farm. Dad got here a little early this morning and I saw that he was here, so I took a little bit more time. I didn't rush out. So it's 8 o'clock. Oddly, there's water in front of the shop. Someone must have washed something off last night. It's kind of misting this morning. Alright, so I've got my first load loaded. Still got the PTO running to mix it. And I got to feed this out, and then I'm going to feed another load. And then I've got to start the loading, some sorting and loading. I'm going to peel about 9 head off of the group we sorted up. We're going to sell a little bit different numbers. So we'll sell 2 total semi-loads. We're going to sell a load of heifers and a load of steers. But the first thing to do every day is get the chores done. Then I can move on to the other stuff.
438 1/4 and wheat trade 2 3/4 lower of March KC at $6 3/4.
I always listen to the market while I'm doing chores. It's kind of like multitasking. Every now and then I stop feeding, I park my tractor somewhere, and I write down some notes on the back side of my bunch sheets here. So I'm doing 2 jobs at once, feeding cattle and doing the grain marketing and cattle marketing on the farm too. Does anybody else listen to KFRM out there? I listen to 5:50 a.m. Most mornings. If I'm in between market reports and I don't want to hear about the weather, I'll change the station and listen to something else. And then in the PM feeding, sometimes I listen to music or something else instead. Done with chores. Turn off scale. And on to the next thing. Okay. I had one that I pulled and it's kind of limping, so I'm gonna get it down to the chute, did some LA 300. So I got to get it all opened up so I can come down this alley. Got the med kit, and we just gotta get it trapped here. So sometimes we bring them in the chute, we take their temperature, but this one, since it's a foot problem, no need to do that. So I will just grab the antibiotic. Okay, we got empty syringe now. So I'll put that back, I'm actually just gonna put them in this pin that's here close. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an L on his head for leg, so my dad knows if he sees him, he won't pull him as well. The problem is, this dude's already red. And this week's marker is red, so that don't do much. I got a yellow marker, I guess. Yeah, here's a yellow marker. You get 2 colors. 2 L's today. Come on, buddy. Get better. So I hopped in my dad's chore tractor. All right. So we actually, I just leave the wagon on when I come in here because it's just one bale and it don't mess with anything. So I'll just cut this real quick and let the cows be on their way. They stand up there because that's where they get fed cubes, up at that bunk. So they're eating cubes and the hay bale. I try to get them over a bale a day if they eat it fast enough. They know that there's really tasty feed in that spout. I always come over here and lick. Now it's time to feed Harvey. Some of y'all might know Harvey from Instagram or wherever. I don't remember where I posted, but Harvey is living right up by my house. He gets a little pen to himself. Here's Harvey. Harvey is a little twin calf that I've been taking care of up here because he wasn't getting enough milk from his mama. The other twin kind of beat him out too and was growing a lot better than him. So I feed him little buckets of stuff. I started to switch him over to my dad's ration so that he's ready to eat at the bunk whenever he gets a chance. But I started out just feeding him kind of a grassy alfalfa bale and these pellets. And I also use some brome occasionally. But now he's starting to get this ration. So he really gobbles up the concentrated stuff. He loved those pellets. So that's why I figured he's probably big enough to be able to eat this. It's got some pellets in it for protein. It's got alfalfa hay, some grass hay, might have a millet bale, and a little tiny bit of silage, which he doesn't really need, but it shouldn't affect his digestion once he's kind of been exposed to it. And then I tried to set up the water to where when the water comes out of the gutter, it drains in there, but we don't get that much rain, so I still have to fill it up with buckets fairly often, every couple days. Okay, so after I feed and water Harvey, after that's done, I'm gonna go get the pot, pull it down, make sure the tires are right up, make sure it has oil, and I'm not sure if it needs fueled up or not, but do all that, then I'll pull it down to the chute, back it up, so it's ready once we get those few steers sorted off. It's ready to be loaded with 62 steers. All right, we got Freightliner number 1, Freightliner number 2, Kenworth. I didn't need to plug it in this morning. A lot of January days, others, sale days and other years, we'd have to have the semi plugged in, but it's only like, it's like 36 degrees, so. Nathan is here to help me load. I could load myself, but I need help sorting. Say hi, Nathan.
I forgot we were sorting.
We just have to take 9 head off. All right, we're in pin 6. It's the pin that we're selling. There's 81 head of these feeders in here. We need to get it down to 72.
I'll fight you, bro.
My guy's a little worked up. What are you so worked up about? Some of them have already figured out the exits over there. This pin is generally one of the easier pins that they leave. They leave fairly easy. Some pins you have to work, and it might take 2 people, but this pin you can get with 1 person. Turn around. Two of these are our spring calves today, that red one there, and then another one that are already big enough. So that's exciting that they were able to sell. They're not even close to yearlings yet, but they're as big as all these other ones. A lot of these cattle were purchased in September. We're selling them in January. Hey, hey, hey. Just got done unloading them. So they are off into their pen where they will sit. A lot of pens back over there where they will sit until they're pulled up to run into the ring and sell. You can see a lot of trailers out here today. It's not a huge sale, but we'll show you the ring later. So the Salina sale barn generally has between 2,000 and 5,000 or 6,000 head on the big days. We sell in here most every week through the winter months because we buy about a pot load every week through the fall. So we own them through the fall and into the early winter, and then by the late winter, we've sold most of the ones we bought in the fall. It's always interesting to walk the sale barn and see everybody's pulling truck and stock trailer, and whether they have cake boxes or bale and rollers, or everybody's different rigs at the sale barn. Cattle that are getting ready to go through the ring come in this side through that door. The cow that just sold down this alley out that door, and then they get pinned up and loaded out over there. Some groups come through in like groups of 4 or 5. Other groups selling groups up to 60 head. So it takes all day to run that many head through the barn. There's more pins out there too. And we are back from the sales. Good day. Cattle sold well. And on the next thing, make sure to like and subscribe to be able to see that next thing, because there's always stuff happening on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.